Hi, this is Edward Troxel. Before we start this tutorial, I'm going to give you a quick reminder to let me know what you'd like to see on this channel tutorial-wise, and give me your ideas of what you'd like to see scripted, and we will work on getting those done. This one in particular came from the Vegas forums, and today we're going to learn how to detect if an envelope exists already. And in fact, we're going to look to see if a specific type, a velocity envelope, will exist on an event on the timeline. But we also need to look at the various types of envelopes that are available. And so let's get started by looking at that right now. Here we have a Vegas timeline. I've got a video track and two audio tracks. Here's the first event, and you can see that there is a velocity envelope on this event. Here's another event that does not have any envelopes. Here's another event that has a velocity envelope. And then we have two more events that do not have any envelopes at all. On the track itself, we have a composite envelope. And then on this audio track, we have a volume envelope. And then on this track, we have a pan envelope. So what we're going to do is go through and detect whether or not any envelopes exist, noting that some are on the event level and some are at the track level. So here's where we're going to do this. First of all, we have our main test script here. We set our myVegas equal to Vegas, which comes from Vegas itself. Then for each, we're going to look at each track. We'll just call that my track in vegas.project.tracks. Now we're going to look at each of the envelope on those tracks. So for each envelope, and I'm going to call this TENV for track envelope, in myTrack.envelopes, and then if there is one, it will show in track number, and I'm going to list myTrack.index plus 1, because remember tracks are 0 based, so the first track is actually number 0, but I want it to display as 1. And then it will say found an envelope, and then it will give us the name of that envelope and the type converted to string. Then if my track is a video track, then we want to go through each event on that track. So for each track event, EVNT, in myTrack.events, first thing I'm going to do is convert it to a video event. So we have video event, VEVNT, and then we convert that to a video event from the event that we got from the for each. Now that we have the video event, let's do our for each, and we're going to look at envelope again. This time I'm just going to call it ENV for envelope, and then we're going to look at the video event.envelopes. And then if there is one, it will show an event number. Remember, event.index is also 0 base, so we add plus 1. We found an envelope, and it will display the name and the type. So let's run this and see what happens. Okay, it says in track number 1, it found an envelope, which is a composite envelope. If you remember, we added a composite envelope to track number 1. In event number 1, it found an event velocity envelope. So the first event on track 1 has a velocity envelope. And it says in event number 3, it found a velocity envelope. So the third event on that first track also has the velocity envelope, which we said at the beginning. In track number 2, it found the volume envelope. And in track number 3, it found a pan envelope. So as you can see, it detected all of the envelopes. Now let's go back and see if we can find a specific envelope. For example, the question on the forum was, how do I detect a velocity envelope? Well, we know that the velocity envelope are event envelopes, and so we will use the bottom part of this and check to see if we can tell if a velocity envelope is what we have found. So let's come up here and make some modifications. First of all, we still want to go through each track, But I don't want to look for track envelopes at this point because I'm looking for a velocity envelope. So I'm going to get rid of that. Then, if the track is video, we want it to be video because velocity is video only. Then we're still going to go through each event, and then we're going to convert that event to a video event. And then we're still going to go through each envelope on that event. But then we're going to change this line here. So we're going to change the line to this. If the event type equals, remember to check for an equals you have to use two equal signs, envelope type dot velocity. Now remember when we press the dot it gives us all of our options, and you can see all of the different types of envelopes that we can have. So we've got a volume, super sampling, transition progress, all kinds of pans, mute, motion blur, all the FX and bus ones, composite, fade to color, and automation. So we have a bunch of different types of envelopes we can check for. Then if we found that envelope, now we're going to show a message box that the velocity envelope was found, and it'll give us the name of the envelope, and then on event and which event it was found on. So let's save this, see how this works. It should find two of them, one of them here, one of them here. So we'll go to Tools, Scripting, Run Script, and it found the velocity envelope, named velocity, on event number 1, and it found the velocity envelope, named velocity, on event number 3. So as you can see, this is a quick way to determine whether or not an envelope already exists on a project. So we can tell that the event is there from the script, and then we can just modify the envelope. Of course, if we wanted an envelope there and it wasn't there, one of our previous tutorials shows how to add that envelope to the event or track. I hope you find this tutorial helpful, and please do let me know the type of tutorials you'd like to see. If you have a question on how to do something with a script, let me know what it is, and we will work on figuring that out for you. So, until next time, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please sign up at www.jettv.com and subscribe on YouTube to get further notifications on when new videos are presented.